What's up, guys, and welcome back to Overlanding Unpacked, the series where we take an in-depth look at the vehicles across our entire lineup. And let me tell you, I am really excited for this one because right now I have the chance to introduce not only a new vehicle from us here at Storyteller, but an entirely new platform which allows us to live free, explore endlessly, and tell better stories in an entirely new way. Introducing the Grand Bohemian.
But there are those of us who know the grandest adventures always begin right here, right now. Welcome to the new era of the Grand Bohemian by Storyteller Overland.
Storyteller's team at Global Expedition Vehicles have been building turnkey expedition and overlanding vehicles for over 20 years. From camper vans to adventure trucks to full-scale expedition vehicles, nobody, and I mean nobody, has built more hardcore overlanding rigs than Storyteller over the years. So, when the INEOS Grenadier came to market with its permanent four-wheel drive, solid axles, locking front and rear diffs, and just overall analog safari vibe, we knew it was the perfect platform to pioneer an all-new category of micro campers for Storyteller, and we've called it the Grand Bohemian. The Grand Bohemian isn't technically a Class A, B, or C RV, but it most certainly is an RV and will come RVIA certified, meaning owners get the benefits of RV ownership, including long-term second home financing with deductible interest and Storyteller's nationwide dealer network and warranty. Because the Grand Bohemian was designed and engineered as a turnkey adventure vehicle by Storyteller instead of simply being a Grenadier accessorized with various aftermarket parts, this is a completely integrated system with a unified warranty. The Grand Bohemian is made possible by partnering with the lads over at INEOS with the Grenadier. I should have said lads with a British accent, but whatever. You might have noticed a Grenadier or two hiding away in some of our marketing material over the last year, and yes, that was on purpose. We've been extensively testing the Grenadier platform in multiple environments for quite some time, and the Grand Bohemian is the result of that. Under the hood, it's powered by a BMW-sourced 3-liter turbocharged inline-6, the same engine found in certain M-Class models, producing 282 horsepower and 244 feet-pounds of torque. Paired with an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, the drivetrain delivers confident on-road mannerisms while maintaining the low-speed torque and control needed for serious terrain like this. The result is a vehicle that feels just as comfortable crawling the trails of Moab as it does being handed off to a valet at a fine restaurant. It truly does both. Permanent four-wheel drive comes standard, working in conjunction with heavy-duty solid beam axles and a 2-speed transfer case. When conditions demand maximum traction, the system offers a 2.5-to-1 low range along with a center differential lock, giving the vehicle confident performance across mud, rocks, snow, and loose surfaces. We've done just about all of it this week. Stopping power is handled by very capable Brembo brakes, ensuring consistent and reliable braking performance even under load or on steep descents. Tyler knows about that. Supporting its expedition-ready design, the platform also features a raised air intake for improved water fording and dust resistance, along with an exterior utility belt system that allows for modular mounting of tools and accessories. With this system, the Grand Bohemian has been engineered to prioritize mechanical simplicity, serviceability, and long-term reliability while still delivering modern performance where it counts. So, who's the Grand Bohemian for and how did we make it happen? The Grand Bohemian is the perfect adventure vehicle for two, plus a dog or two, and it sleeps 2 to 3 very comfortably. It's absolutely exceptional for all sorts of outdoor activities when you want to get out in the dirt, get away to fly fish, hunt, mountain bike, photograph nature, or just simply camp in areas that might be hard or even impossible to reach with bigger vehicles. The Grand Bohemian, especially when outfitted with EVICTUS Prerunner suspension, enduro wheels, and off-road tires, is an extremely capable off-roader that barely breaks a sweat even when you get way off-road. All right, so let's go check this thing out. Okay guys, so on the front of the vehicle right here, we have a beefy aftermarket brush guard. This thing is phenomenal. We also have our entire lighting package right here on the front of the vehicle. There's also lights on the side and rear chase lights. Now, we're gonna head over this way. We absolutely love this 270-degree shadow awning from Alucab. This thing is great. Also, this is very easy to deploy. We have an additional support right here where if you are in windier areas or you just need more support for your awning, you're able to drop this down, and then this is a lot more rigid. This is really great for if you want to do things like utilize some of these points to hang your gear, hang backpacks up, hang clothes so they can dry. That's going to add some weight to this awning. So you drop this down, it's not going anywhere. There's an optional wall system to enclose the space under the Batwing as well. We've added the truly amazing EVICTUS Prerunner suspension, and if you haven't tried it yet, brother, I've got to say, you got to drive it to believe it. EVICTUS is a no expense spared, fully self-adjusting suspension kit that completely transforms your driving experience from the stock suspension. EVICTUS has proven its capabilities through the most extreme conditions of races like the Dakar Rally, and we absolutely love it. In our experiences when we've been driving this thing on the road, the best way I would describe it is the Grand Bohemian just kind of feels like it hugs the ground. You feel like you are just connected to the road and you are incredibly sure-footed. It is a breeze to drive. We equip every Grand Bohemian with the Torque Enduro aluminum wheels and the BFGoodrich off-road tires. The Grand Bohemian I have here has the beadlock wheels, which are available as an option, but it is not standard. We've added but hidden away a twin onboard ARB air compressor for airing back up your tires as needed. Wrapping all these upgrades together with the Grand Bohemian's full-time four-wheel drive, solid front and rear axles, locking diffs, and a 2-speed transfer case, you'll have unparalleled confidence to explore anywhere you want with no drama. And if you or your buddies ever get a little too rowdy, we've added a winch to the front bumper so that you can pull yourself out easily. Taking a moment to stop on this side of the vehicle, I want to call attention that right here we have an added molly panel, which it's molly panel, you can put whatever you want on it, but it's a really convenient feature to just add whatever you need to take with you for whatever your adventure may entail. Additionally, right here, you'll find our Shore Power 30 amp smart plug connection, as well as your water fill port. You'll find the Grand Bohemian carries 10.5 gallons of fresh water, which is a great fit for a vehicle of this size, and the water coming out of the sink is drinkable as it is purified and filtered by the Guzzle H2O. Now, opening the rear driver's side door, you'll notice that right here, this is our galley sink. We've designed this in a way that you can pivot the Guzzle H2O nozzle over, so if you need to fill up anything outside of the vehicle, it's very easy to just pull this over, fill up whatever you need to fill up, and then move on your way. Also, down here, this is the same on both sides of the vehicle, but you have access to our pass-through storage. So all the way from here to the other side, you can store whatever you want. It's a ton of space for a vehicle of this size. We'll discuss the power system later, but notice the huge solar panels on the roof of this thing that are rated for 400 watts. That is a lot of solar for a vehicle of this size. On the rear, there's a little ladder. You'll find a small ladder that's actually pretty handy, and a full-size spare, of course. So now that we're here at the rear of the vehicle, I want to call attention to just really a lot of things. So first up, right here, we have a USB power outlet, but this is removable and it's a 12-volt power adapter. Now, right next to that, you've got two normal house-style power outlets, as well as right here are your controls for freshwater and exterior shower. Now, next up at the rear of the vehicle, you'll notice on either side, you've got tables that can drop down to turn this into a great utility space for cooking. And a cool thing about this side is that once you have this flipped down, you're able to push out this wood piece and you can essentially double your countertop space on this side. Now, this does come equipped with an induction burner. I'm gonna grab that now. You'll notice it's in this really nice leather carrying case, so we're just gonna set that right here. Take this out, and then we've got an induction burner that we can just plug straight into here, which makes this an incredible cooking area for dinner, for however many guests might be on your trip with you. Another thing I want to call attention to is right here you will find your heat and power system controls. So this top screen right here is your Rixon control interface, which does a very good job of providing heat throughout the entire living area of this vehicle. Down here we have our control interface that does everything from turning on your water pump to turning the lights red. The red light setting is a really cool feature to use at night if you don't want to light up everything but you still want to be able to see. Red light also does a phenomenal job at keeping bugs out of your vehicle. This is a really intuitive menu to use. You will be able to get the hang of this in absolutely no time. The Grand Bohemian is equipped with a heating system that uses gasoline from the vehicle's tank to power a small furnace that heats the water in the sink, the outside shower, and the cabin air to keep you toasty at all times. It works great, and we've extensively tested it at over 12,000 feet with no problems. While we're at the rear of the vehicle, one thing I do want to call attention to, well, we have a lot of really cool things, but this right here, we're just going to press this, pull out. This is our IceCo combination freezer refrigerator. This is a really, really good way to keep all your things as cold as you possibly need to, and for a vehicle of this size, you'll be surprised at how much you can fit in here. Now, as cool as the fridge freezer is, we are not gonna stop there. That was a horrible pun, but we're gonna roll with it. You'll notice that down here on this side of the vehicle, we have 3 compartments. 2 of these are for storage, 1 is access to your breakers. Now, speaking of maximizing space, this vehicle does have a rooftop tent system that we will look at in a little bit. However, you don't need to always sleep in the rooftop tent. Whether you have more people with you on your adventure or you need to stealthily camp somewhere where deploying the tent would kind of give away what you're doing, this actually converts into a second sleeping area. So we are going to push up on this pin right here. You'll find that this now has double the space. So all we need to do then is take this cushion, drop it to right here, and now you have an entire bed set up in the bottom part of the vehicle, and you can sleep down here, or you can sleep in the tent, or you can have 2 people in the tent and 1 person down here. So you'll find that this can kind of transform to accommodate whatever you need it to do. All right, so here's a view of what that secondary bed looks like from the outside of the vehicle. And before we move on to other areas, I do want to show you the Grand Bohemian is going to come with what we found is a pretty handy hitch-mounted step. That this is a just great help to be able to get in and out of the vehicle. This thing is super sturdy, and then when you're done with it, it flips right out of the way. Just while we're here, your 5,400 watts of batteries are charged by the vehicle's alternator and the roof-mounted solar. That is a ton of power, and the whole system is expertly integrated. All right, let's check out the inside. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about the Grand Bohemian is the driving experience. This thing absolutely rips. And it is also a very comfortable and luxurious experience behind the wheel as well. So whether you're ripping through trails, rock crawling, or you're just on the highway or you're using this as a daily driver, this thing is awesome. One thing that INEOS did a phenomenal job with is all of these manual controls throughout the entire vehicle. Dude, I feel like I'm in Top Gun. This just like scratches an itch that you will all appreciate. One thing I really appreciate about this is the ease of just the e-brake. That is a really, really great thing to have. We've also got a separate 4-wheel drive selector, which is able to take us from high to low range. I cannot geek out enough about all these manual controls, and as vintage as this feels, we still have a very good touchscreen display, which has all the goodies like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, whatever you would need in a modern vehicle, this has. Another really cool thing we found about this actually has a constant indicator on your screen of your elevation. That's just been really fun. As we've driven across the country in this thing, we've seen it climb from about sea level all the way up to 12,000 feet. So it's cool to have a visual representation of why I'm out of breath. So first, you'll notice we elevate the interior by adding beautiful 2-tone leather to the seats, which are just super comfortable and very supportive. These seats are so comfortable. Jacob, who's helping film me right now, when we were driving this thing down the road, we both commented that they do a very, very good job of giving back support. I'm not that old, but I'm 30 and the lower back needs all the help it can get. So the added back support you get with this thing on long drives or whether you're doing some pretty serious off-roading, it's greatly appreciated. Another thing you'll find up here is that instead of the panels that can pop out on a normal Grenadier with the Grand Bohemian, we've turned this into storage space for you. So whatever you might need to just place up here, it's a great way to get things out of the way. Again, in a vehicle this size, storage is an absolute priority. Okay, so we are now in the back of the Grand Bohemian. This is so much space. So I'm just very briefly gonna stand up. We will talk about the bed and sleeping area later. So I'm 6'2" and I'm standing comfortably in here. I can even stretch my hands all the way up. Throughout this tent, we have a lot of kind of storage compartments that you can put stuff in. So again, maximizing the storage in this vehicle. I want to talk about this countertop very briefly. So we already touched on your control interface for your power system, your water control, your heating system. We do have right here, this is a wireless induction charging platform. So any of your devices that support wireless charging, you're able to just set them right here and charge them. Additionally, you can pop this up and down, revealing hidden power outlets on either side. So you will not be at a loss for needing to charge things, have more power going to different places. And again, the battery system and solar system in this vehicle is very robust. The next thing I want to call attention to is this sink right here. So again, in a vehicle this size, this is a phenomenal addition. We've got our Guzzle H2O water purification and filtration system, as well as this nozzle right here, which is just house water, which you can use for anything else. You won't be able to see very well from right here, but I'm just gonna take my hand. That's a pretty deep sink. Again, for a vehicle of this size, our team has done an excellent job maximizing all the space you might have. I'm gonna call attention right here. There's a fan. I don't really need to tell you guys what a fan does. It's a fan. One thing I do wanna tell you guys is that there are gonna be different mounting points for this fan all across the vehicle. So whatever position you might be in, wherever you decide it's optimal to have the fan for you, you're able to just pop that fan off, put it in a different place. Speaking of more storage space, underneath the sink, we have a very big cabinet, which you can put whatever you want in. This is a huge space, so maybe you want to make this a trash can, maybe you want to put a small backpack in here. This is a huge option for you to just store whatever you need. We had looked at this earlier, but now that you're inside the vehicle, I do want to call attention to it. This is the cabinet that slides out. This would be perfect for things like silverware. Right now it's where our induction cooktop is living, but you could put a lot of stuff in here. This would be where I keep all my silverware, utensils, things like that. Now, last thing for this part of the vehicle, we've got this headrest right here. If you're driving and you want this out of the way, you want the rear passenger seat to be able to lean back more, or you just want to lay some really big items across this area, this folds down, it's completely out of the way, it's no problem. And then if you want to use this as an area to sit, do some work remote, this flips up. It is a very nice, again, everything back here is real premium leather. This is a great space to just post up, rest, do some work. Now, the last part of the Grand Bohemian we're gonna take a look at is the main bed located up here in the rooftop tent. We started with a custom alu-cab roof conversion that perfectly fits the styling of the Grand Bohemian. Alu-cab has been building products like these in South Africa for over 25 years, and they're considered the absolute best in the business, and we agree. It's not a rooftop tent sitting heavy on top of a roof rack. It's a complete roof conversion fully integrated into the Grand Bohemian chassis to keep the weight and aerodynamics low while providing standing room when the bed is stowed, transforming your Grand Bohemian into a capable self-contained overlanding setup. Your bedding can remain stowed at all times, and in the tent you'll find power ports and integrated lighting, as well as it features a double-layer waterproof canvas with sealed seams and a roll-up fly sheet for added weather protection, as well as some internal storage. Also, it's easily deployed in just a couple seconds by only one person. The bed is divided into two halves. We have our main piece right here, and then we have our rear piece right here. These come down very gently and easily due just to some pretty heavy-duty struts. So all we have to do, grab right here, and the first half of your bed is down. Now, the next thing I would do is I would climb up here, get in my bed, I would pull this side down, and you have ample sleeping space up here for 2 people. And one thing I do want to call attention to is we have made absolutely certain that there are areas through this bed support system that allow heat to pass through. So rest assured, if you're up here in a cold night and you're sleeping up in the rooftop tent, you will stay very warm. The BMW motor is a 6-cylinder turbo, also used in the 3, 5, and 7 Series BMW, as well as the Toyota Supra. We love Supras, don't we? Supras are sick. It's a legendary motor known for the durability and refinement, and INEOS has detuned it slightly just to prioritize longevity in harsh conditions. To put it plainly, it works brilliantly in this application, and it is a joy to drive. As always, guys, Storyteller Overland vehicles are available nationwide through our top-tier dealership network. You can find more information on these rigs on our website, our social channels, and we hope you won't hesitate to reach out. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Storyteller here on YouTube to stay up to date on all things Storyteller, and keep an eye out for more episodes of Overlanding Unpacked. Thank you.